I'm trying to find the whereabouts of the Wilsontown foundry, which is somewhere around here. Coordinates NX 578878. North by northeast, I think, compass bearings. There's a party over there which I think should be able to help me, if you'll excuse me, because you're clearly not from here yourselves. Excuse me, please. I wonder if you could help me just for a moment.
Well, here we are at Wilsontown Ironworks. Today it's a very quiet, peaceful place. People come for walks, to walk their dog, ride their horse, enjoy the flora, fauna, wildlife. 200 years ago, completely different story. It would have been black with smoke, flames everywhere, and a thriving industry here with 2,000 people living in a village. And the only building remaining here now on site is the ruined pub, which you can see behind me. That was built in the beginning of the 1800s, and if you've got 2,000 people, you need a pub.
It's a magnificent place, you see. The foundry, it's over there. It's a bit gloomy by the day, but you should see it by the night. The flames licking at the sky for miles around.
Wilsontown was completely at the cutting edge. This place wasn't just for the people of Wilsontown. People from all over the country came here to work it. Guys from as far away as Kendal, Wales or whatever, very serious mining engineers, they come here to work. So it was a huge, for its time, international community.
Forestry Commission Scotland have owned this area since the 1970s, and I've been employed as the ranger for a few years here. When I started working here, local people were coming up to me and telling me about Wilsontown Ironworks, and it got me really interested.
I was born and bred in Forth, and so was my dad and my grandfather. I can remember coming to Quality Row in my father's travelling shop. I'd be about 4 years old. Just not long before it was knocked down. They were actually one of the first double-storey buildings that were ever built, and other than big fancy houses in the town.
Because I grew up in Forth and I normally come here on family walks, I wanted to learn more about it because I've heard lots of stories about it. I just thought it was really fun.
When I retired, I had nothing to do, and I started walking, and then I got interested in ironworks, and I met Emma. And I tried to help Emma as much as I could, digging up old postcards and talking to the old generation over in the village of what was going on in here.
As a result of all this public interest, and from academics as well, and from people abroad, we've really felt we have to do something to recognise what an important place this was. Forestry Commission Scotland and the Royal Commission on Ancient and Historic Monuments of Scotland have got together and funded a series of events at important historical places, geared up to highlighting the amazing history that we have in Scotland. Today we've organised a really exciting event. We've got the Walking Theatre Company coming, and they're all in costumes, and they're going to be real characters from the time of the ironworks. So 200 years ago, we've got characters like the lady who ran the pub.
Now don't tell me you've taken these lovely people past my inn on a day like today.
We've got a mine manager.
Here we are at Wilsontown in the 1800s, and I'm very proud to say that, did you know, we are the first ironworks in the whole of Lanarkshire and the second only in the whole of Scotland to use coke. Everyone else is using charcoal, and that's way behind. We're a leader in our industry, and where we start, the rest follow.
We've got the local Justice of the Peace investigating a murder that happened at the toll bar.
Alexander Wilson, Justice of this parish, at your service, ma'am.
How kind.
And they're all here to take the public round on a guided walk and show them the ironworks and tell them everything that's going on.
Hello there, and how are you? It's one of my regulars, he is, aren't you? Don't you deny it. And how are your children? Hey, I believe they're all working in the mine now, all over the age of 5 as well. Well done, eh?
I'm from the Walking Theatre Company. I was commissioned by the Forestry Commission for Homecoming Scotland, specifically for this year, to create a play that could bring a site like this to life. As they entered the Wilsontown site, they're met by a foreman who's a Mr. Meeson, and he has done a report to basically say that the foundry has to close. And so from that journey, the moment the audience meet us at the gates, as it were, where the arch went from Quality Row, that they've come into the foundry, and the first thing they're doing is they're taken up towards the bell pits so that they're going on a walk as if they're going to work. So as we go round, we're bringing specific sites to life. We ask our audience to play characters, so through the research, through the play, we get real characters that have lived in a place like Wilsontown, that have had a history, that, say for example, lived in Quality Row, which was only pulled down in 1938, so it's very recent history.
Oh, there are some people here though, and they'd really like to read out their depositions. They want to come and work in the foundry, sir.
Oh, that's excellent. We have plenty of room for employment here.
My name is Janet Watson. I am 24 years old. I come here with my 6 younger brothers and sisters to work. We are from Glasgow. Our parents are dead.
And we give members of our audience those characters. They get to read it out, or they might have to be involved in, say, something like a tug of war, which we did in this play. We get the ladies and the children to be drawers, as if they were drawing the trolleys from the mines, and we pit them against the men who are heavy. They're our trolleys, and so we have this tug of war. So people get the idea of being involved, that the play belongs to them, that the work belongs to them, as much as they're just watching actors and being in a historical site.
Well, I came here today because I was brought up in Forth next door, and a lot of my childhood was spent here, and I remember the ruins of the foundry over here and the wee bridge, and it was a bit of an adventure playground. The houses behind here were all demolished by the time I was playing here, but there was evidence that they had been, and I knew people who had lived here, and we've just had a wonderful time. It's sort of come alive with the actors, and I think everybody's had a really good time.
I think it's extraordinary that there are people with living memories of times that were like this and are not so sort of technology based, you know, so I think it's good to join those people to the new generations as well, and that's what I like to do with my work.
I can think back because when I was wee, I stayed in houses with outside toilets and all that, and paraffin lamps and candles when you went to bed. You took a candle to bed with you when you went to bed. And I really enjoyed this today. They were really good. It did bring it to life. Aye.
It was a privilege to meet you. I knew your brother!
My grandpa was born here in Hawthorne Buildings. I think it was down there. And I've ordered a postcard for him because the Forestry Commission are sending out free postcards. So I've ordered one for him because he's in a nursing home. So I'm going to give him it.
There's a lot of people with connections. They've been doing their family history research, and they found out they've got someone who was a miner here or an ironstone worker, that sort of a thing. And we'd really like to get in contact with more of those people. I've had people from Canada, Australia, all over the UK already, but we'd like more. And in order to help us, we've got a special postcard campaign that we're running this year. We've got postcards all about Wilsontown. It's a special limited edition for the year of homecoming, and some of them have got a special stamp on that we can give you, and you can post that anywhere in the world so that you can tell friends and family across the world all about Wilsontown.